Hey everybody, I just wanted to quick and talk with you about what I'm looking for your final research paper, remind you of some resources that are available to you so that your paper can be a strong paper when you turn in your final. So anyway, here I am in the research paper unit and in our Moodle lab, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the resources, any kind of questions that you've had. Hopefully you've been able to find some answers here. Online classes are hard. They require you to dig in and get some stuff done, some reading, looking for examples on your own. But um, I know that it's convenient for a lot of students to learn this way. So that's why so many resources. Okay, so I'm going to keep scrolling down. Wait, I'm going to scroll back up because this is what I wanted to remind you that we have. Item 13 is example research papers. So this is a good thing to look at to say, okay, here is a good example of a research paper, or Miss Shirley would never have put it in the Moodle shell. You, in fact, have three copies or three essays to look at. This first one, no one is a fan of this one because it's kind of limited in what it can do. But what it does offer us is some information. All the green boxes talk about the MLA stuff you should do, and all the blue boxes give you directions for writing and citing sources in MLA. And so that is helpful. When we get down to the end of this really long essay about farming handbooks, and this is on the Purdue OWL site. It ends at the top of page 8, and then here we have the works cited page. And notice in the works cited page, all the sources have a hanging indent, and they're lined up alphabetically based on the first thing that you're able to see. Most of the time, it's author's last name, comma, first name. But if we scroll down every once in a while, we don't know who the author is. And so it would go by the next available thing, which would be the title. Okay, here is the title of that item. And that happens a couple times. Here's another one that we just have the title. Okay, and all of these ones that are a great big, huge, long, um, italicized title, they're books. They are books. And so then this would be the publisher and the year it was published. So great paper, just not similar to what we would have going on in our class. So that's why we gave you two student examples. Papers written by students who actually got an A in this course. All right, here is the front page header. So you are going to take the items you have completed and put them into one document. That is how you will submit it into the Turnitin portal. So anyway, you'll start with this cover page that's got the title of your essay, and then your name, instructor name, course name, day, month, year. That is all that goes on the title page. And then you've got your front page. And again, your name, instructor name, course name, day, month, year, no commas, and title centered. And here we have our running header, the student's last name, space, page number. And this, you can start counting the pages on your works cited page. Some students do that. It's kind of tricky not to do it, so I don't freak out if it starts there. But every page should have this. And if you are typing this in the middle of a page, do not do that. Either look at the directions I've given you in the past or go on YouTube and find a video that tells you how to do it in a way that you will understand. Because if you type it in yourself, like, if I hit the space bar a few times and type my last name and what page it is in the right-hand margin, when you turn it in to the Moodle portal and I open it up, sometimes that page number isn't at the top of the page, it's in the middle of the page. So it's very obvious that you didn't do it correctly. Okay, here's what we have going on here that I love to see examples of how to do in-text citation. So here within the text, I've got the authors and then I have a direct quote. The direct quote ends here. Then I have open parenthesis, the page number it came from that source, close parenthesis, and end punctuation. So if I'm wondering, how am I supposed to do that? Here's some good examples. Here's an example of a paraphrasing. So this person, some of the stuff that they said came from their Sawiki source, page 149. And it wasn't a direct quote, it was paraphrasing. So that's what we've got going on there. So here's our intro, and here's the thesis statement. And this thesis statement is going to, number one, properly define the term with symptoms and types. Number two, let's see, scientifically study the condition with scans and research. And finally, number three, wholeheartedly embracing the challenge with tools and accommodations. That's what we should see, the order of information that we should see it in the paper. And we most certainly do. So again, I am citing these sources within my text by the first thing that was available to me for that source. And we'll know the first thing available to you because we'll look at your works cited page. Okay, now, again, for me, when I'm writing my essays, I sometimes will open up a paper that I know is done correctly and use it. I'll use it as my reference. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the end of the paper. And at the end of the paper, and this is kind of a long paper, this paper exceeds expectations. So if your paper is not 8 pages long, don't freak out. Okay, so here's the works cited page. It begins at the top of the last page of your essay. And some of you are saying, well, how do I pick up that page and stick it on the end of that document? You can't. You're going to have to copy and paste it into the last page of your essay. Alrighty, so here, as we've said before, this one, he must not know the name of the author. So the next available thing was the title of the article and where it can be located. In this instance, it's a book. It's an online book. So here I have last name, comma, first name, middle initial period, the title of the book, and then I also have the publisher of the book and the year it was published. And then this is the URL for the e-copy of that. And he also gave us the date that he accessed that ebook. And if a source has helped you to put that accessed date in, that is fine. It's not required if there is a date available inside of that source, inside of that citation. All right, it's alphabetized. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's take a quick look at the other one. The other example that we have in this instance, every once in a while, spinning wheel there for a second. Okay, in this instance, we've got the title of the essay, the student's name, the professor's name, the course name, and day, month, year, no commas. And we scroll to the top of the next page. Now he is saying, hey, this is page 2. This is where my essay begins. So this is where I'm going to start with my running header, my last name, page number. Absolutely fine. That will be fine with me if you begin your document on page 2. And he also has a thesis statement. It's right here. And this author will be writing what happened in Gacy's past that led him to commit these crimes. He will be writing about the crimes themselves. And then finally, he will be writing about the trial and his life after he was convicted. Okay, every single paragraph starts with a topic sentence, and then I receive information about this topic sentence. All right, in every single paragraph, I've used at least one of my sources. Okay, and then next, as you can see, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Every single source on the works cited page needs to be used at least once. And yes, I will go through and look to make sure that every one of these sources showed up at least once, that at least 3 of them came from the TC databases. So those were the things that were required of this paper. Okay, back to our shell one more time. Hang on. It's getting excited about. All right, there, it'll let me scroll now. Okay, so when I go back to the research paper unit, if I scroll to the bottom of the page, I have my checklist that I can go through and carefully check to see how my paper looks. And then I can make some changes. Here's my checklist. You needed to submit this. So the way to submit it, of course, is to either take a picture of it, upload it and into an email, send it to me that way. I just need to have it. I need to say, well, in this paper, it says that the student checked to make sure they have a running header, and yet I don't see one. See, it's trying to help you not forget some of the little things that make a paper go from a B to an A. All right, so here are people who've submitted rough drafts. Some of you uploaded your personal checklist right here. And then here's week 12, information about how to make that presentation. And here is a checklist identical to the self-check, but you need to have the tutor go over this checklist with you. The tutor can either email me and say, hey, today I met with Caleb and David and Tyler. And then I will say, okay, then I don't need a checklist because I received verification from one of the tutors in the library. Or they can sign this paper, again, take a picture, upload it into the submission portal, or email it to me. Okay, and paper goes right in here. Okay, I want to talk about this. The papers due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. After that, it is late. The very last day I can accept a late paper is April 28th. If I don't have one, then you will be dropped from the course. So you have come this far. Let's get these papers taken care of. You don't have to wait until your paper is complete to make an appointment with the tutor. You can go straight to the tutor now and say, help me. I'm rambling. Help me make some focus here. I'm going to go ahead and open the library. Remember, here's how we make a tutoring appointment. I just come here, schedule an appointment. You can scroll down and see the writing specialists, and they all are very good at helping us. Okay. All of these tutors that are available, the ones at the top are for math. So I would look for someone who felt confident about their writing, and they can help you at any step of the paper. Every student who's ever gone to the library to meet with a tutor has always come back and said, I wish I'd gone sooner. They did not write my essay for me, but they really steered me in the right direction and gave me some great tips. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, email me. I'm planning for everybody to just get this done and then stress behind you. This is where our major grade comes from for this course. So I will plan to either get an email from you or plan that you feel comfortable with everything that you need to do to turn this paper in. I will see you all soon. Have a fabulous weekend.